Devotee, this I thought rises from me, but I don't know the self. Maharishi, all these are only mental concepts. You are now identifying yourself with a wrong I, which is the I thought. This I thought rises and sinks, whereas the true significance of I is beyond both. There cannot be a break in your being. You who slept are also now awake. There was not unhappiness in your deep sleep, whereas it exists now. What is it that has happened now so that this difference is experienced? There was no I thought in your sleep, whereas it is present now. The true I is not apparent, and the false I is parodying itself. This false I is the obstacle to your right knowledge. Find out where from this false I arises, then it will disappear. You'll be only what you are, that is absolute being, devotee. How to do it? I have not succeeded so far. Maharaji. Search for the source of the I thought. That is all that one has to do. The universe exists on account of the I thought. If that ends, there is an end of misery also. The false I will end only when its source is sought. Dr. Lohara asked for the meaning of one stanza in Updeshasara. Maharishi. The one then in sleep is also now awake. There was happiness in sleep, but misery in wakefulness. There was no I thought in sleep, but it is now while awake. The state of happiness and of no I thought in sleep is without effort. The aim should be to bring about that state even now. That requires effort. Talk 223. Dr. Lohara, why does the mind not sink into the heart even while meditating? Maharishi, a floating body doesn't readily sink unless some means are adopted for making it to do so. Breath control makes the mind quiescent. The mind must be alert and meditation pursued unremittingly, even when it is at peace. Then it sinks into the heart, or the floating body might be loaded with weights and made to sink. So also association with the wise will make the mind sink into the heart. Such association is both mental and physical. The extremely visible being of the Guru pushes the mind inward. He is also in the heart of the seeker, and so he draws the latter's inward bent mind into the heart. This question is asked only when the man begins to meditate and finds it difficult. Let him practice breath control just a little, and the mind will be purified. It doesn't now sink into the heart because the latent tendencies stand as obstacles. They are removed by breath control or association with the wise. In fact, the mind is always in the heart, but it is restive and moves about on account of latent tendencies. When the tendencies are made ineffective, it will be restful and at peace. By breath control, the mind will be only temporarily quiescent because the tendencies are still there. If the mind is transformed into the self, it will no longer give trouble. That is done by meditation. Talk 224. A disciple asked how he could recognize his own natural primal condition. Maharishi, absolute freedom from thoughts is the state conducive to such recognition. From the attendant's note. Talk 225. When Sri Bhagwan and Rangaswamy, an attendant, were on the rocks, Bhagwan noticed someone in the ashram rocking in a rocking chair and remarked to the attendant, Shiva made over all his own possessions to Vishnu and wandered away in the forest and wilderness and cemeteries and lived on foot begged by him. In his view, no non-possession is higher in the scale of happiness than possessions of things. Devotee, what is that higher happiness, Maharishi? To be free from anxieties. Possessions create anxieties such as their safeguarding, their utilization, etc. Non-possession doesn't bring any anxieties in its train. Therefore, Shiva resigned everything in favor of Vishnu, and he himself went away happy. Divestment of possessions is the highest happiness.